Hi Aries, it's Kendrick from Providence Tarot. I'm going to be giving you your first proofread for the month of July. I can't believe I'm saying that. Happy Independence Day to all of the Americans out there. Okay, so let's get started. So the solutions card came out for you from the Archangel Power Tarot deck. I'm using 4 decks here. 1 is a Tarot, and then 4 are Oracle, 3 are Doreen Virtue, and 1 is a Kyle Gray. So this card is the Temperance card, right? In the Natural Tarot or in the Normal Tarot, right? Solutions. Being aware of your creativity, being aware of your power, being aware of your power to transform your energy, being aware of your power to transmute your energy, right? And then this card is reducing to a 5, which is talking about breaking free of your limitations, right? But you're being shown through like this spiritual test, right? How to find balance through coming outside of your comfort zone. So some kind of experience is bringing you outside of your comfort zone. You're being encouraged to come outside of your comfort zone. You are being pushed to do that as well. You know, you're being guided. It's almost kind of like a guiding light, you know? Listen to your heart as well, right? What it's telling you versus what you might be trying to force, right? Be aware of where you're trying to force things as well, because it's the 1 and the 4. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of like being the authority in your life by understanding that sometimes you yourself need to be tested or need to be shown where you yourself could be getting in your own way, right? So through the difficulty maybe and some challenges that you might be facing, right? A conflict is showing you where you might need to be making some changes. It's not the fact that you don't need to have the conflict and you're trying to prevent that, but it's the conflict that shows you where you need to make the changes, okay? Very, I am in need. So this says success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. Okay, so let's look at what card came out for you in the Romance Angels Oracle. Give your relationship a chance. So this is your relationship with yourself perhaps, or this is a relationship with some sort of like partner, right? Or some person, some entity that you are conjoined with in some kind of way. You might rely on their energy in some way. You might have even been thinking about cutting someone off, right? Or not wanting to kind of like invite them back into your life the same way that you did before. Or you might be feeling guilty about something, right? You see that? Give your relationship a chance. You see that? So also, it kind of is connected to the solutions card too. So some of you all could have been dealing with some challenges in your relationship. Some of you all could be dealing with travel too, right? You could be experiencing some changes in travel or some of that, right? That's just bouncing back to that Temperance card. But the Give Your Relationship a Chance card is saying like, work on whatever it is, because this is talking about work that needs to take place as well, but it's like inner work. You're having to make the spiritual effort. You're having to have inner strength. And this says give your relationship a chance. So it could be your relationship with, your job, because the solutions card could be talking about like coming up with solutions within an institution, because it does reduce to a 5. It could be the relationship with an institution that you need to give a chance, right? Some of you need to be patient with yourself, with a new job or something like that, right? The relationship that you have with your new job, or the relationship that you have like with, the coworkers or the people that you are sort of involved with, right? It could be connected to that as well for some of you. And then also basically just like a relationship, this is for Aries out there, okay? Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have a stellium in your first house, or if your sun is in your first house, right? So let's go ahead and look at what's going on with the Archangel Oracle card for you. Career transition. Okay, Archangel Samuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change, and that's what's going on with this solutions card. So, maybe your life purpose changes with each stage, maybe you fulfill something with each stage of your life, right? And this card here is saying, maybe you're experiencing a career transition. Some of you out there, every card won't resonate with everybody, but hopefully at least one, hopefully two or three, if not all four. You know what I mean? But career transition. How can you also, right, pal? It's July 4th. How can you also, parlay something? How can you, branch out? How can you make something more diverse? Okay? You see what I mean? See where the possibilities are with this career transition, right? Some of you, if you felt like stuck in a place with your career or with your job, maybe it's time for you to sort of reimagine what is possible, because it's only when you believe that something is possible that you work towards it, whether it's doing the research to look at ways to make something possible, or if you are trying to sharpen some skill that you already have so that you can get a better job, or if you're trying to take on some knowledge of a new skill or talent that you are willing to work on so that you can do something differently, or you could be adding some element to whatever it is, whatever work that you do to kind of like enhance it or make it better, or bring it sort of like up to date. Maybe something has become obsolete for you, in your life. It could be a person, place, or thing, or an idea, So definitely something's become obsolete. You're kind of bored with something. You're kind of tired with something. You're kind of exhausted with something. You know what I mean? You might even be exhausted with not trying to push yourself in different ways. It's not just doing more of the same thing that you've always done. It's taking risks and trying new things, pushing yourself in that way. Effort comes in many different forms, right? So let's look at what the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light Oracle card is for you. Wow, Sir Nunos. Okay, so this is like the green man. This is the god of the forest. This one is the life force, expressing your driving passion, right? Sensual and sexual powers are increased, right? So a lot of the times I say like people feel, horny or whatever, right? And yeah, there's a way to satisfy that need, but sometimes we misidentify that creative energy that lives inside of us, right? That is living and breathing, and we see it as just being that one primal instinct, right? That's what I need. That's what I want, It's very easily accessible, and it's very easy to fall into that type of habit, or to fall into the habit of having whatever it is that you feel like kind of sustains you or gives you a reason to do the things that you do, right? But it's also saying like expressing your driving passion, which is not limiting yourself, okay, in terms of like how you express yourself. Because if you limit how you express yourself, then what are the differences of your perspectives? How do they differ from one topic or one subject to the other? Aren't you interested in more than one way or more than one flavor or more than one color? You know what I mean? It's talking about the sensations, right? So make something a little bit more sensational for yourself, right? Whether it is how you appreciate the things that you have afforded yourself, right? Because what is it to be rich if you don't know what to do with the money? Or if you always do the same thing with the money? What is it to be a chef if you always make the same kinds of food and you never try to use different ingredients from different parts of the world. You know what I mean? Right? So that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Your sensuality needs to be something that is living and breathing, and that is from the way that you adorn or dress yourself. That is from the way that you speak, the way that you carry yourself. And if you're doing anything with artistry or anything like that, then it's kind of like maybe playing with something that's a little bit more provocative in a kind of way, but not messy provocative, you know, intelligently provocative. Because Cernunos is provocative. Hello. Okay. Anyway, thanks, Aries.